formula. Okay, we are going back to quadratic formula and the complex numbers because we're getting you ready for the fundamental theorem of algebra, which we're going to do quadratic formula.
Flashbacks
From the video project? Yeah. We're like, oh, yeah. Alright, so x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Do you know what the d is? Discriminant. The discriminant. The discriminant tells us what type of solution you're going to have, so that if you graph it, you know how to graph them. So the discriminant is what's inside the square root sign. Okay? So, and then it will make sense to you once we do the examples. If your discriminant will give you 0, then your answer will be just 1. One real solution. Real means you're not gonna have an I in the answer. It's not imaginary. If your discriminant is positive, that means greater than 0. Greater than 0 means positive. You will have 2 real solutions. But if your D is negative, that's when you know that your answers are imaginary. That means you would have an I in the answer. And when we're graphing, we do not graph imaginary. Okay, the only ones we graph are the real solutions. Okay, like that. Okay, all right. So before you plug it in, remember you have to make sure that your equation is in standard form and it's equal to 0. So that whatever's in front of the x squared, that will be your A. Whatever in front of the x is, that's your B. And the number by itself, if there is any, will be your C. Okay, and if there are any missing term, you put a 0 in it. Same thing as before. So that's okay. Review how to solve using quadratic formula. We're solving for x's, which are called solutions. They are also called zeros and x-intercepts. They are also called roots. They're all the same. That's why when we graph it on the x-axis. Okay, because they're the x-intercepts. All right, so this is already equal to 0. It's already in standard form. So our A then is the one in front of the x squared, which is 1. Our B is the one in front of the x, so our B is equal to 6. And our C is the number by itself, so that means C is 4. Okay, once you know what your A, B, and C is, you plug it in the quadratic formula. So I'm going to rewrite my quadratic formula. So it's going to be x is equal to negative b plus or minus, and then under the square root sign, we have b squared minus 4 times a times c. And whatever we get in the numerator, we divide by 2 times the a. Right? So that's the formula. So first thing I'm going to plug in will be the b, and our b is 6. So that means negative 6 plus or minus. Okay, then I'm going to plug in what's inside the square root sign. Start with the b is 6, so this will be 6 squared. Anytime you square, if your b is negative, the answer is also positive. Remember, when you square, you're always going to end up with a positive number. So minus 4 times, I'm going to plug in my a is 1, and then times c, so our c is positive 4. Then in the denominator, I'm going to work on 2 times the a, which is 1. Right. Now, if the problem is only telling you to find the discriminant, then you just find the number inside the square root sign. But if you're asked to solve, then do the quadratic formula already. Okay, so, but what will be our discriminant here? This will be 36, right? And this will be 16, so 36 minus 16 is 20. So that means our discriminant is 20, which means positive. So that means we're going to have 2 real solutions. That means our answer will not have I on it. Okay, we have 2 of them. All right, so 2 real. If they only want you to find out or to say what kind of solutions you will have, then that's all you have to do. Just find the discriminant, and you just say two real solutions. But since we're asked to solve, then we're gonna do it all the way, right? So this will be -6 plus or minus, and I'm gonna do the work, 36 minus 16 divided by 2. So this will be -6 plus or minus square root of 20, then divided by 2. Alright? Okay, now, is square root of 20 an exact answer? No. Okay, so we can't simplify it by plugging it in the calculator. What we can just do is simplify the radical itself. Okay, do you still remember how to simplify?
Yes.
Okay, how do we do 20?
Oh, 10 times? No. 4 times 5.
4 times 5. You need to find the numbers that you can divide 20, that will be a perfect square root. In other words, when you get the square root, it will give you a perfect answer. So it cannot be 2 and 10 because none of them are perfect square. So it has to be 4 times 5. So you're going to rewrite 20 as square root of 4 times 5, and then you do square root of 4 by itself, and you're going to do square root of 5 by itself. And square root of 4 is 2. So that means square root of 20 in simplest form is 2 square root of 5. Okay, put it in lowest terms, in other words. Your SAT are all going to be written this way. Alright? So I'm going to plug in the answer that we got in square root of 20. So you have -6 plus or minus 2 square root of 5 all over 2. And if it looks familiar, because we've done this in Algebra 2. Okay, we've done this. We're just reviewing today. Alright, but divided by 2, divided by 2. So it will simplify still, right? So I'm going to rewrite it in the bottom. So it's going to be -6 over 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 5 divided by 2. And of course the 2's will cancel. But -6 divided by 2 will become -3. So -3 plus or minus square root of 5. What happens to the two real solutions?
It's -3 plus.
Very good. Okay, one of them will be -3 plus square root of 5, and the other one is -3 minus square root of 5. If you are going to graph it, you need to write the decimal answer so that you would know where to put it on the x-axis. Remember, these are your x-intercepts. These are your zeros. Sorry. These are your zeros. These are your x-intercepts. Because on your homework, you have to find the zeros and you have to graph it. So get the decimal answer of your answers like this. Okay? So this is our two solutions, or two zeros, or two x-intercepts already. Okay. Last one, number 14, another quadratic formula, but can you change -5 into +5? Okay, so it'll be a little bit different. Okay, put +5. Alright, so again, get your A. We don't need to do anything because it's already equal to 0. They're already in standard form. So A is equal to 1, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 5. We're asked to solve, so I'm going to plug it in already in the quadratic formula, which is -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. And whatever we get, we're going to divide it by 2a. Remember, our discriminant is the one inside the squared sign. This will tell us what type of answer we're going to get. Okay, so I'm going to plug in my b. My b is 3, so it's going to be -3. Plus or minus square root of, then we're going to plug in the b again, 3, so it becomes 3 squared. Then -4 times, plug in the a, which is 1, times, plug in the c, which is 5. So this will give us the discriminant, but let me write the 2a first. So 2 times 1. Alright, let's work on the discriminant. That's 9 minus 20. So what's 9 minus 20? Negative 11. And if your discriminant is negative, that means our answers will have eyes on it, because there will be two imaginary solutions. So when you graph it, you cannot, it's going to be like the floating parabola that we graph. It's not going to touch the x-axis, okay? And then let's solve. Since we have two imaginary solutions, it will have an I in our answer. So this will be square root of negative 11 divided by 2. Okay, where are the I's then?
Outside the parentheses and outside the square root sign.
Okay, we're going to put it outside the square root sign so that there will be no more negative inside the square root sign. So it's going to be negative 3 plus or minus square root of 11 and then the I. Okay? And then divided by 2. Alright, okay, that's not look right yet because we need to put our answers in standard form. So that means it'll be negative 3, which is the real number part, divided by 2. Okay, plus or minus. So one answer will be the one with the plus sign. The other answer will be the one with the minus sign. And this will be square root of 11 over 2 and I. Can we reduce the lowest terms? Negative 3 adds? No? No. So that means those are the two answers already. Remember, there are two answers here. One is the one with the plus, and the other one is the minus sign. Okay? So your homework, did you pick it up already? Alright, so work on your homework.